Welcome to the Returning Raven, Clarity Points for Truth, where we look closer at the yoga you don't know, the one with hidden forms, worldview, sorcery, and philosophy that clouds and deceptively influences culture, church, family, and you. I'm Dr. Alana Arguello. It's time to leave the fog, get out of the gray, and into the light. Join me today at the Clarity Point. Welcome to the Returning Raven, Clarity Points for Truth. I'm your host, Dr. Alana Arguello. Today we will go over posture, or chapter 13 in my book, Unearthing Yoga's Ancient Roots, Exposing Sorcery and Its Transcultural Reach, available on Amazon. Yoga is like a paper doll. Many designs and accessories are for each model style, but the base doll is still the same. Most of the accessories are also still the same, or at least serve the same purpose. They might have an added piece here or there based on the resources of the culture and its ability to syncretize some other custom within a particular nation or people group. They are all put together differently, with some colors or materials used here and others used elsewhere. It doesn't matter if its practitioner is an ancient world shaman, an ancient tantric yogini, female guru, a Jan monk, a post-Christ desert father ascetic, or today's middle-class millennial in the latest and greatest yoga clothes. It doesn't matter whether the practitioner carries a magic stick or wand, which in yoga is called a danda, or beads like the rosary, which in yoga are called mala beads, or a Shakti pot feather, or a synthetically engineered Mother Earth Gaia yoga mat. Side note, those mala beads in yoga are made of lotus flower beads, and they came before Catholicism and its rosary and before Islam's prayer beads. Yoga had what you know of prayer beads. Yoga had them first. Yoga may appear different by place, time, and the perverted free will of the practitioner, yet it's all rooted in the same evil idea, manifested through the tangible, humans. The practitioner can flex and adjust the accidental features, clothing, addition or subtraction to the formula ritual, and even the imagined end goal. In other words, the features depend on the practitioner, the culture, and the error. However, its essence, what makes it what it is, has not changed. The doll has not changed. Yoga hasn't gone out of style over time, and it hasn't evolved either. It's just that it manifests itself in a different mix and match outfits and accessories from the same closet, just a redress of the same original doll. The modern world adapting yoga to fit their likeness is not a new phenomenon. It has been an occurrence within the system of yoga for thousands of years. Yoga has been recreated for different groups in different ages. This has been able to occur because its idea can be influenced and formed without breaking or cracking. This makes yoga able to bend to the discretion and will of the user. I've mentioned many times, yoga is not a practice. Yoga is an idea based in a philosophical framework, doctrine, that produces practices. When someone talks about their yoga practice or asks, do you practice yoga? The practices or the forms of yoga are actually yoga kara in the Sanskrit. This is the practice or the observance of yoga. When people try to put yoga history in historical chronology, they either struggle, miss part of the story, or come up short, or just get lost in the endless variant branches or the politics behind which people group are the true chief forebearers to it. But this is in part because something in plain sight is often ignored. When people try to put yoga in historical form, they are essentially targeting the yoga kara, the practice of yoga, in its many forms and cultural appropriations across eras and regions. However, practices are just a consequence of yoga. And the philosophy that guides yoga allows for different variations of practice. Yoga practice is simply the application of its concept, idea, and precepts, the doctrine that rules thought. When historians notice patterns of practice in the far reaches of humanity, they see this because what always suited Satan and what appeals to the sinful nature has matched our physical reality as humans, our finitude in space and time. If it isn't broken, why fix it? The documented history of yoga has primarily been identified by its practices, and to the West, the practices of the physical, what you think of physical gym yoga. And more recently, tantric yoga is of particular interest in the West. However, in oral traditions and texts, the idea of yoga is more ancient than its known practices. And its yogacara is typically a rinse and repeat or reformat of something previously done. It's not just what was shall be again. It's what was is today. Thank you for joining me today on The Returning Raven. I'm your host, Dr. Alana Arguello. I'll see you at the next clarity point for truth. Until then, church, get the pagan worship out and worship in truth. Thank you for joining me today on The Returning Raven. I'm Dr. Alana Arguello. For a closer look again at truth, I'll see you at the next clarity point.